What's good, everybody? This is Juggy Savage with BLJ Radio back with you once again. As we trudge along through 2020, obviously we have a lot of obstacles as a group of people. First, we are dealing with the death of some major celebrities like Kobe Bryant, the untimely death. And then we're also dealing with the adverse effects of COVID 19. And now our country has erupted in rightful and frightful protest. And we are trying to get things done to make things a little bit more equal playing field, and also the horrible deaths of police brutality and other horrors of being a black individual in this country. But as you can see, I got a smile on my face this morning. And let me tell you guys why. Today's show is about positivity. Today's show is about hope. Today's show is about economics, which is one of the founding tenets of what we can do as a group of people to move forward. I have some stories, some wonderful stories I'm going to share with you guys today. Of course, as usual, I will post my links below. You can follow me here on YouTube, BLJ Radio. Follow me on Twitter, BLJ Radio, and take a look on Facebook, BLJ Radio, uplifting the black community. Let's get started, shall we? So the first thing we want to take a look at is a black woman moving into an industry that very few people of color have ever penetrated. When we think of NASCAR, we think of Confederate flags, which I guess they won't be showing anymore. We also think of Southern racing, Southern hospitality. But a black woman by the name of Melissa Harville LeBron actually owns her own NASCAR team. And it's called E2 Northeast Motorsports. And it's under the umbrella of W Stone Enterprises. It's at the third tier of NASCAR, but it's already been in effect for a few years now. It has 4 black and Latino drivers. And there's a video that I'm going to put into the link that also it goes through YouTube. I want you guys to really check this out because it is awesome to see her story. She's from Staten Island. She's a single mom with 2 young boys who are infatuated with racing. She has a successful music label, and she used the proceeds and the profit from that to help start this NASCAR team. And I think it's awesome. I know that we have a driver. His name is Bubba, and he did a Black Lives Matter themed truck at the highest level of NASCAR in a recent race. I think it's time that we really take a look at what we're capable of. Think about the fact that our black women in our community are the most successful entrepreneurs this country has ever seen. Black women are still, even in 2020, about 300% higher than other ethnicities as far as starting successful, profitable businesses. This is incredible. So all the black queens that are out there, some of you may be struggling, some of you may be hurting, some of you may be going through pain. Today's episode's not about that. We salute you, we love you, we care about you, and I just want to say that we're going to do a much better job of protecting you going forward, especially with these protests. But let's continue on with some more good news, shall we? You guys should definitely. I'm a big sweets person. Sugar is one of my biggest weaknesses. Actually, it's one of the biggest weaknesses of the black community in general. But there's this lady her name is Andra Hall. Okay, she started off making $9 an hour. Okay, she opened up her first store for her company called Commie Cakes. It's a cupcake business. She had $100 to her name when she started. She sold out when she opened up her first store in 2 hours. Can you imagine that? You have $100 to your name. You put everything on the line. You took the risk. You take the trips to get all of the things that are necessary. She sold out of those cupcakes in 2 hours. She named the business after Camille, which is the name of her daughter, because she wanted something better for her. All of us are capable of doing this. All of us are capable of reaching to this level where we can create our own destiny in this country, despite all the problems that we may face. You listening right now, you young black queen, mature black queen, seasoned black queen, you're capable of doing things just like this. It's not easy. It won't be handed to you, but you're capable of doing it. Be encouraged. She has multiple locations now. Miss Andra Hall for her business, Kami Cakes, Atlanta, Jacksonville, my hometown. She owns a distribution center and a creamery, and the business is worth at least $1.1 million based on the revenue, and that was back in 2009 when we were in the middle of a recession. Imagine that. So I think this is awesome. Again, I'm going to post a link through Black Enterprise in the comments below. You guys can always check that out for yourself and be encouraged. There's a lot more success stories there. Let it inspire you. Let it be brain food for you. Let it give you the inspiration that you really need to be successful. Now, let's highlight the brothers for a second, shall we? So we have a couple things that we can take a look at here. There's a pantheon of wonderful success stories that all of us can take to heart. But I'm just going to highlight a couple for today, just to give you guys something to nibble on to keep you going, okay? Use this video as a motivational factor. If you have a dream, if you have a goal of entrepreneurship, if you have an idea, do not give up on that idea. Do not give up on what you can become. You determine where you end up. Don't use your circumstances as an excuse. You see, the injustices that we face when we get out on those streets and we make results happen in the midst of all the troubles that we have. If you have a business idea, you don't have any excuse. My name's Juggy. I founded BLJ Radio. I don't have an excuse not to be putting out this great content for you guys on a consistent basis. But let's continue on, shall we? Gabriel Emmanuel. He's a Nigerian guy. He's the CEO of Open Barnacle, and it's called OB Translate. This translates over 2,000 African languages through the algorithms that he created through his European African technology company. Now, it's expected to help employ over 100 million Africans from their respective countries in the motherland. This is incredible. And right now, it's estimated to create over $3.6 billion of revenue. I want you guys to understand something. In African countries like Nigeria, which is in West Africa, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different languages and dialects. And while most Nigerians, and this is just one country in this very large continent, while most Nigerians speak some form of pidgin English as a common means of communicating with each other, a lot of people cannot understand each other outside of their tribe. If this product, OB Translate, gets the proper funding from black businesses, black corporations in Africa and abroad, spreading Pan-Africanism, there's no telling the limits that we could go. We could visit these countries and we could speak to these people. We can see the roots that we come from that before just wasn't possible, using technology to our advantage. They say technology isn't good. There's good and bad to it. This is an excellent example of what it can do for us. Okay? Guy's name is Gabriel Emmanuel. Take a look at this, guys. He's a Nigerian developer, and this product can really help change. Remember, he's a CEO of Open Barnacle. And again, I'm going to post a link below in case you don't know how to spell it. Open Barnacle. Very, very intelligent guy. Okay, so let's move along, shall we? Now, you guys know that from the Red Cross, from the World Health Organization, we've all heard horror stories in the motherland about Ebola virus. At the time, the country was called Zaire, and there's a river in what's now known as the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Okay, this is a country that's in Central Africa, right there in the middle. There's this Ebola virus that's spread by the mosquitoes and some other insects there. It can have devastating effects on the body. There's a doctor there by the name of Jean-Jacques Muyembe. He's been fighting Ebola as a doctor since 1976, when it first started hurting and unfortunately killing his people. 1976 is when he started fighting this. He has found an experimental vaccine that has cured 3 people, 100% cured. Okay? He is the Director General of the Democratic Republic of Congo's National Institute for Biomedical Research. He was the first virologist to try to combat and take care of patients for Ebola. He's been fighting this for over 35 years. And he finally has found a cure. Think about how many companies, how many billionaires have poured money into research supposedly to help find a cure for the Ebola virus. This African doctor has seemingly found a cure for this virus, which will be extremely important, because if he does, and he's able to cure these people, that means not only will it cure his people, but others who want to come in and do commerce to help grow the foundation and the infrastructure of this country will be able to do so safely. And that's extremely important in today's global economy. Remember, this doctor's name is Dr. Jean-Jacques Muyembe of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Again, I will post this link below. And Dr. Muyembe says, from now on, we will no longer say that the Ebola virus is incurable. It will save thousands of lives. You know, guys, this is one of the second biggest outbreaks of viruses. In America right now, we're dealing with coronavirus, COVID-19. We have doctors, nurses, CNAs, cleaning staff on the line. Make sure you thank them. Make sure, if you have somebody in your family, a colleague, a friend, an acquaintance, make sure you tell them how important they are. These people fighting on the front lines without the proper protective gear. I have close friends that are in the industry, that are in the medical industry, in the hospitals. Let's tell them thank you. Guys, this episode is a reminder of the great things that we are and will continue to accomplish. Do not forget, my brothers and sisters, do not forget, we built this country. We are the people who invented the things that we need to do on a daily basis. We invented the red light. We helped invent conducting electricity. We did those things. You did those things. Don't forget what's in your bloodline. Do not forget who you are, where you came from. If you have to do 23andMe, look at your roots. Look at these videos. Check out Black Excellent Excellist on YouTube. Check out these different channels where you can find out just how powerful you can become. If you need to seek therapy, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't forget, let's get back to work. My name is Juggy Savage. This is BOJ Radio. This is today's positive sweet treat for your brain. Don't forget, I love you, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a great day.